Hey guys, you're with me, Kevin, your scuba professional, and today we're here to review the Mars Rover 2S air system that's available from our site. First thing we see as it comes in, a Mars box. Really like a Mars box. Let's open it up to see what's going on inside. So here is the Mars Rover 2S air system. Let's check out the other bits and pieces that come with it. Box can be recycled, that can also be recycled. Warranty, hang on to the warranty. Those are always important. You don't want to lose those. And we have an instruction manual which tells you how your air system works. I read mine cover to cover the other day. I recommend you do too. So now I'm going to recycle that, which is great. So here is the air system itself. So the Mars Rover 2 first stage and second stage is a really strong air system. It is used primarily in dive centers and in dive resorts as their higher gear. That doesn't mean that it's a bad set of gear. It just means that it's really rugged. You can beat this thing up day in, day out, non-stop, and it's always going to work. So let's just run through the features of the unit. We're starting with the Rover first stage at the top. The first stage is an unbalanced piston regulator. Quite often we get asked, what's the difference between balanced and unbalanced as far as performance is concerned? A balanced regulator is slightly higher performing at deeper depths. However, the work of the piston regulators from balanced to unbalanced isn't really that much of a difference. You could breathe this regulator at 40 meters underwater and swap over to a balanced regulator and swap back to this, and the difference would be super slight. The average diver would not be able to tell the difference. Only a supremely experienced diver who's very calm at that depth will be able to tell the difference. The bonus with an unbalanced piston first stage is the fact that there's only one working part in it, which means there's nothing to break, which makes it bulletproof. So there's one little poppet in here which is mounted on a spring, and its only job in life is to go up and down and give you air. What does happen is as you start to run low on air, the regulator starts to breathe harder, which is great for students and resort divers because they get to feel that the regulator is giving them more resistance, which prompts them to look at their gauge, which buys them time to get to the surface or go to their buddy. It is also really robust, so there's nothing that can get damaged inside here, so it really stands up to the abuse. There's a number of ports on here. You have 4 low pressure ports and 1 high pressure port here. 4 low pressure ports. You can have 1 for the primary regulator, 1 for the octo, 1 for the BCD hose, and 1 for a dry suit. And then you've got 1 high pressure hose which can be used for an analog gauge or a transmitter if you chose to do so. This is the DIN fitting regulator. We really like the DIN fittings on our website. We try to avoid the yokes and internationals. The DIN fitting has the standard O-ring on the inside. Top tip from me as well as far as all DIN fittings are concerned. Sometimes when you screw this into your regulator, if you find it's leaking from here, that does mean that this is probably vibrated loose. So if you've jumped on an aeroplane or thrown this in the back of your car and traveled down to some exotic location after your car has been vibrating down the road, this can sometimes vibrate loose. Nothing wrong with that. Stick an Allen key in, just nip it closed, and you're all good to go. So this is your unbalanced piston first stage. It's bulletproof. Can really work it hard. Then you've got your standard Mars hose down here with a hose protector on each side just to protect it from pinching. And then here is your Rover air system. So it is a matted polymer, so it's not shiny. The reason they make it matte is that allows for higher endurance, and also it makes it age better. So if it gets a scratch or a dinger, etc., you don't really notice it on this matted polymer finish there. The regulator itself is an unbalanced regulator, meaning that it's just got one little doorway that opens and closes. You breathe in, it gives you air. You breathe out, the doorway closes. There's only one working part. It's a very simple regulator, but that in its essence makes it super safe to dive on. This regulator, one of the things that Mars have included on all their regulators that I really like, if you look on the side here, something called a VAD, Vortex Assisted Design. So this little section of hose over there does serve a purpose. It's not there just for cosmetic value. So what happens on all Mars regulators is as the doorway opens to give you air, there's a little chamber, the Vortex Assisted Design chamber, which deflects some air up the inside of the regulator. So as the air comes into the main chamber, it normally creates a vortex or a little whirlwind, and then it comes out and gives you the air. What the VAD, the Vortex Assisted Design, does is it cuts a bit of air off and gives it to you at the top of the chamber, so that stops that whirlwind coolant meets it, which deflects the air, and you can breathe it in quite easily. This goes a really, really long way in stopping this regulator from free-flowing. So you'll see that's why most Mari's regulators do not have a pre-dive setting, because of the VAD which is built in, which prevents the free flow. The regulator's got a really big purge button. The whole front section is a purge button, so you can push anywhere on that regulator and it's going to purge quite easily for you. All those little holes around the outside there, if you can see that on the camera, are there to deflect the water away, which reduces the chance of the regulator ever free flowing if you're swimming into a strong current or doing a very, very fast descent. The exhaust tee is built into the regulator. This is one solid molded piece, which I really like as well. It makes it super, super simple. That's the exhaust tee over there will deflect the bubbles very, very nicely away from your face, so you're not going to get bubbles all in around the show. To let you know that this Mari's Rover air system is the very air system that we use in our school, and we've been using it for many years. I've been using some form of the Rover air system for over a decade in our school when we've been training, and I've never ever had an issue while using this regulator. We service them every single year, and I've still got some 10-year-old regs working their butts off in our school every single day. So I highly, highly rate this regulator for anyone which is going diving from the entry level to a mid-range diver. This is the unit for you. It is compatible with nitrox up to 40%, so you can dive normal air and nitrox on this unit. And I know a lot of tech divers use this regulator as their stage regulator. So all those bailout cylinders that you see on those really hardcore tech divers, these are the regulators that they put on their stage cylinders, which they're breathing at the shallower depths. The reason for that is because it's such a simple regulator and nothing can break. There's no chance of it free flowing. They know they can go to it and it's always going to deliver the air. So there's the review of the Mari's Rover 2S air system. Quite often people believe it is an entry-level air system and they should always spend a bit more. I'll say quite the opposite. It's a really good regulator. Mari's don't make entry level anymore. You get good, better, and best. And this is a really good regulator. It's going to work forever, do whatever you need on any recreational level. So if you guys are enjoying these product reviews, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click that little button over there, give us a like, and we'll keep you up to date with all the interesting things that are going on. We've got a mission to review every single bit of scuba gear on the planet. So the more subscribers we get, the more videos we'll do. So subscribe and you're sure to get more reviews from us. You can also go check out our social streams. The main one being facebook.com/scuba.co.za. We'll keep you up to date with all the funky things we've got going on, trips, travels, and deals on the website. Also got Instagram and Twitter and every other new social thing that's coming out. Go give us a search. We're bound to be there. So that's it from me, guys. And I look forward to seeing you really soon in the water.